Got a live going. How to attract women without saying anything. Explained by women. Explained by women, man. So we about to go head on and get right into this for sure.
Now, of course, women do notice looks, but it's not the only thing they notice, and it's certainly not the most important thing to women who are looking for a real relationship. Now, yes, if you're just looking for someone that you want to hook up with, women will also be influenced by looks initially, but it's not the main thing that will get you the girl.
And I get that. But it's the main thing that attracts them to you. But I get what you mean though. Especially, yeah, I get what you
But
mean.
if you're looking
Kind of
for
like the difference between like short time and long time. Sometimes, the guy that really like strikes her and she really wants usually ain't the ideal candidate for a real relationship. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. And in most cases, in the majority of cases, she's not going to be the ideal. He's not going to be the ideal candidate because of his ability to attract other women, and most likely those guys aren't willing to settle down. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. That's how it is. So
the potential of a relationship, there are qualities that are a lot more important than just the physical. And these are things that you can work on. So the allure of mystery is part of what is attractive. And it's in fact attractive to both men and women. So it's more about what you don't say than what you do say that can appeal to and turn a woman on to wanting to get to know you better or more.
that's kind of a problem I used to have, like for real, because I used to show my hand too much at first when I was talking to chicks, and when I used to get to know chicks, I used to damn near be telling them my life story and stuff. So it definitely is good to be more mysterious for real. And it looked like she about to get into this point of saying mystery gives women uh something to work for. So I'm gonna go ahead and see what you got to say on this particular topic right there.
Mystery gives women something to work for. They want to get to know the secrets that you keep from the world. So it's kind of like, you want to be with a girl who will go to bed with you quickly and easily, but really there's a part of that that makes you feel like maybe she does that with everybody. And
Exactly. That's the main thing right there. Cause I ain't gonna lie, like it feel good to be like, okay, dang, I smashed the chick first night. I hit that girl first day, But at the same time, you got to think too as a man. Like when you would attract a woman, when you attract a woman, you be like, dang, okay, it's cool. She sleep with you on the first day, you're gonna be like, especially if you don't really come by that like that, then you'll be like, okay, you'll be amazed. You're gonna feel like the man. But once you get to know that what it really is, you'll be like, bro, like she probably do this with a lot of guys. And then you get to the point where like, dang, it probably ain't really that much special about you. But at the same time, I know girls that only mess with guys that she find is real fine and stuff. So a lot of girls will really do that for guys that they are very, very attracted to, like they're like sold on. But some of them might just be Jezebel. I didn't came across girls that just let guys hit back to back and all kind of stuff, and they just running through the crew. You might have the girls that only do it for the guys that they find the most attractive. So you just, to be honest, in a lot of these cases, you don't even know um what type of chick you dealing with. That chick might end up being like a nympho type deal. You never know. Like she might be like a type that might just like to smash and stuff. So I came across a chick like that. Definitely came across a chick like that. A couple chicks like that actually. But you just never know what these chicks. So sometimes like depending on where you are in life and what you want out of life with relationships or with women and stuff like that, then I say for a short term, for a long, if you really vet for a woman for a long term and she sleep with you on the first night, I definitely wouldn't vet that. I would definitely be a red flag for me if I'm trying to talk to a chick and I'm like trying to be serious with the chick. Now, if I'm just going around and I'm trying to, lay some pipe and stuff, and I ain't gonna really care because I'm not gonna be invested. But yeah.
maybe she does do that with everybody. But if she kind of makes you kind of work for it a bit, or she holds out to make sure that you actually meet her standards, then you feel more special and you feel more respected and you respect her more because
Yeah, yes and no. Yes and no. It depends. It depends on the situation though, in that point in time. It depends on that situation. Like if she's like holding out and like playing games, or she like holding out, or she just don't give it out. Like you'll notice it. You'll notice it because the series of events that leads up to it, and you'll know she'll quickly give it up to you in a sense, you know. It ain't gonna be like a long time, as in, oh, I'm waiting this, and she like outwardly say that I'm holding this from you because, you know, for whatever reason, make up some duck ass reason that she don't want to give you some. Then that's the bull, that's the BS. But in order to discern that, you got to deal with it, you know. So it's kind of hard to just come out of nowhere and not know what her like intentions are of holding out on it. Some chicks will do that just, you know, because they mess with the chick. I mean, because they mess with the dude and they really find him attractive. So I do understand that point, but withholding it, they usually do that for guys that they're not that attracted in, and now they're trying to get them to prove their value and worth and all that. So that's a bad situation to be in, especially with a chick.
She does have standards. So the same thing goes with men having a bit of mystery. It's the vulnerabilities, the secrets, your fears, your desires, and
don't do none of that, guys. None of that vulnerable shit, especially in the beginning. No, don't be vulnerable with a chick. Never be vulnerable with a chick. Not to the point where you telling her your weaknesses and your fear, your secrets and your fears and all that. You can tell her your desires and stuff, but the first three, hell no. These right here, them three, hell to the no.
Just basically anything about you that you don't share with just anyone, that she will feel special if she eventually cracks the man code and finds out more about you. Cracks the man code. That reminds me of Matt Boggs. He's a dating coach for women. Anyways, great dating coach. Hey, Matt Boggs. So mystery. What not to say to get a woman attracted to you. The key is that you want to offer out crumbs of vulnerability. You don't want to give her access to all of your private thoughts, ever actually, but you also...
You know, I respect this. I respect that. I definitely respect that, because usually when you hear a chick talking about vulnerable, like attracting women and talking to them about vulnerability, they'll always say, you know, women like when you're being vulnerable. I like the fact that she keeping it real, like if ever be vulnerable with a chick, because she already know what time it is with that. She already know what time it is. So I respect the fact that she keeping it real on that end. For sure.
Also don't want to just spill your guts on what your fears and dreams and desires and vulnerabilities are right away, because again, she won't feel special, but also it happens to be a turnoff for women. So when you do go into the vulnerability mode with a woman, which is necessary, you do need to do that to some degree if you want to have intimacy, intimacy, but you don't want to...
Yes. But hold on, let me see what you're going to say before I say my point first.
Overdo it, because then she's going to get turned off, because she will go into maternal mode. Maternal mode is our nurturing mode.
Yeah, that's the problem I had, especially when I had problems in life and stuff. And what I used to do, I used to tell my problems to the chicks and be like, oh no, this what I'm going through. You know, try to get them to feel sorry so I get me some pity and all that. You know, so that's not a good way to go about it. I ain't gonna let it work sometimes, but it's not the ideal way to go about it, because it seems like you always got something wrong. You don't want to be known as that bad energy dude that always got something wrong with them, you know, always got a problem going on. What's up, Daz's Gaming? I prefer them to give it up quickly instead of wasting my time, for sure. I feel you on that. If that's what you want, that's what you want. But like, as far as like vetting for real relationships, I wouldn't go for that. Nah. But yeah, I used to be on that vulnerable stuff right away with the chicks, and that like, looking back on it, I noticed how that messed up a lot of the situations I was in, because I always had like this type of sob story talk mentality, especially when I was going through stuff. And you know, they don't really care about that. They'll listen, they'll hear you out. And I had chicks that was very, very attracted to me, but I turned them off by always being in sob story mode. You know, that's they don't want to hear that shit, man.
It's basically motherhood role. And if we're mothering you, which feels really nice because it feels good to be cared for and nurtured, that's great for that moment. But you can't make it a habit for her to see you in the light of a child. So if you become needy or dependent or insecure, then that is the same kind of behavior and character of a child. And of course, she's not going to get turned on or be able to be attracted to you when she's in that mode, seeing you as a dependent. And women always are saying they want to know your secrets, they want to know your vulnerabilities, they want you to share. But the reality is that when they're in that mode, it's just not a turn on. So you just have to be careful.
It's definitely not. And I'm glad she keeping it real right here. I'm glad she kept it real with that. Now, the girls that be like, oh, he needs to be vulnerable, they really just want to have ammunition so they can have the upper hand. Them type of chicks you don't really want to deal with because they always trying to find something wrong with you. They always want to have something, a one up on you so they can control you. The chicks that be with the manipulation and all that, them the ones that really want the vulnerability. Let me get
about
look funny in that mode. But the ones that really want that vulnerability type thing with the dudes, especially from the jump, them the ones that be on the manipulation type deal because they want to know, they want you to show your cards so they can go on and throw them in your face early. You know, you playing spades, they just type that'll put their hand down, walk around the table, try to look at your hand type shit.
About how much you divvy out to her with vulnerabilities. So I actually did another video on how to balance alpha masculinity with vulnerabilities within a relationship. So I'll put a link below. You can have a look at that. So now let's get into the what to say or what to not say when you want to attract a woman. And these will actually apply whether you're just courting, you're dating, or you're in a relationship. Some of these will apply a little bit less once you're in a relationship. But
okay. The whole thing is to do it without saying anything. So I'm going to go to this other video. Hold up. It's another video that I'm about to go on and put up. Let me see. Because there was another chick that I like the way she kind of put it. So I'm going to go and see what's up with that. Get back to that. There we go.
Back.
Okay.
How do you attract a woman without saying a word? It's really how you show up in life. It's your actual presence. Have you ever seen a guy that he can just walk in a room and he doesn't say a damn thing, but everyone's paying attention to him?
That's the main thing right there, guys. That's the goal right there. That's the goal. The goal right there is just to be magnetic. That's what she's talking about. The guy that's magnetic, the one you walk into the room and you garner the attention. And remember when I be telling y'all guys about the hate and that can garner the hate and that can garner the love from the women. That can garner people that want to be around you, people that want to know like, dang, what life is like in your world type deal. So they want to know what's up with you. If you're that type of person, you can walk in, nobody want to know what's up with you, none of that. But they see a person that they walk in and they just taking the attention. Maybe, and the thing is, it could be a guy that wore like a real good outfit one day, but another guy that's walking like plain Jane and he needs magnetic, you know, without having to use outward things like clothes, cloth, and all that, and he just attracting all the attention in there without even trying. That's the type that garners the hate from the guys for sure.
What does this guy have going on that nobody else has going on? Now, most people, what are we taught nowadays is to be like super loud, be super obnoxious. Like guys they talk too loud, they brag, they this and that just turns women off. It actually doesn't attract us. It's a guy who has presence.
She's referring to the asshole energy. Like, you know, from if anybody ever seen like American Pie, you know, like the guy named Stifler, guys like that. And the guys like I think like Derwin from the other whatever. It's like a football type of show. But I guess the a-hole energy, the thing with that is the chicks already like the jocks. And I know y'all have seen them because it'll be contradiction to what most guys will be like, oh, they like the jocks. They like that asshole energy when they be jerks and all that stuff right there, right? I noticed from a long time when I seen this, because I went to 2 colleges, guys, so I already done seen this so many times. So usually in that case, when you see the girls gravitate toward those guys, is that they already got rapport. You never know the situation with those guys, you know, because it could be they acting like an asshole and this and that, but they already got the sexual attraction going on. They got the image to what the chicks like to see, so they'll accept that type of behavior from that guy because it's that they end up probably having reputations with other chicks on the campus. They got some things going on like you know, the mouthpiece going around, they probably smashed the chick and now she's spreading the word type stuff. So, you know, they dealing with it. But from us on the outside, we looking like, hold up, why they like this guy? He's a jerk. He's a a-hole type deal. But you not seeing the things from their point of view. It could be multiple things hitting them at one time. That guy can be very confident. That guy can be like, the I don't care attitude. They definitely drawn to that. But the asshole energy and the goofy energy, they'll accept that from that guy because he's already built some type of rapport. You see what I mean? So that's the stuff that we don't see. All we see on the outside is that, oh, the chick's going to this guy, but you don't see what happened to lead up to that. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I noticed when I was watching. I was like, why they like these guys that act like that? This one I didn't know. I didn't have that much knowledge on the situation. But then when I look at it, I was like, okay, they were talking about how you look. They were talking about, okay, other girls talking about them. They see the girls that be around them. So that's social proof with the other girls. It's so many things that go into play with that. So now initially, if they meet a guy and he just being on asshole energy and the only thing they got to go off is his looks, okay, that could be deterrent because they probably don't hear anything else about him or whatever. So they don't have time to be like around them and get to know them and hear things about them and all that stuff like that. So it'll be different if they just meet a chick out there and they start exhibiting that type of behavior. But as opposed to being in an environment maybe like work, maybe like school, or going to a place where they come frequently, maybe like a spot or bar where people always come, the same people type people come all the time type shit. So if they don't have time to watch you and see your behavior for a specific amount of time, then the asshole energy, that'll be a turn off from like the jump. You see it from the jump. Now, some girls might like that because that might be somewhat of the imprint of the guys that they smashed before. But the majority of women, the asshole shit don't really work like that. We're not without the other components in play. You see what I mean? Like the social proof, seeing other chicks, checking them out, hearing stuff about them and all that kind of stuff, along with the physical attraction as well. So, yeah.
When he can carry, and I call it BDE presence. And so why do I call it BDE? BDE stands for big dick energy. And you're like, but Erica, what if I don't have a big dick? It's okay. It's the energy that counts. And essentially what BDE energy is, it's a guy who knows what he has going on. So most people would say, oh, because he knows he has a big dick, he doesn't have to try. But what I'm saying is a guy who is really comfortable with his own presence, that he doesn't have to go shouting to everyone. Let me tell you a quick story of a guy who kind of had this, and he didn't talk to anybody, but this guy I was like into for years. Probably should have married him. But anyways, I was at it was a members only club in Santa Monica. It used to be called 41 Ocean. It's not in business anymore, but it was a lot of fun and we had a great time. Anyways, this guy walks in and he wasn't the most handsome guy, but he just had, I wouldn't say that he had big dick energy, but he had really pure energy. Like something about this guy's aura, his energy, I was like, this guy just seems really sincere.
And that's the thing, that I'll be trying to say about, like, when guys always talking about like the handsome thing and trying to be like the pretty boy. It's not the pretty boy thing. It's more of the energy type deal. It's, of course, the physical attraction plays into it, but everything else comes into it. So you don't have to be like a model looking guy for that to happen. That's why we preach with the body and preach the body game. Shout out to Ron Wills, because different things can hit them on different cylinders, hit them on different fronts. And you just trying to walk in looking like a pretty boy model that just walking up and down the street or walking up and down a runway or something. That's not the mystique. Not saying that they can't have that effect on them. I'm not saying that, and I'm not hating on those guys or none of that. But what I'm saying is guys feel like they have to look like that in order to have an effect. And you see that she said that he wasn't the most handsome guy, but the energy is drawing her to him. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to be a pretty boy for you to be magnetic. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I be trying to tell guys. Like, and that's why I'm kind of like not really trying to do the handsome man game thing like that, because it gets too cloudy with a lot of guys always thinking they got to be pretty boy and this and that, and thinking that you got to have the most handsome face ever and all that. It's almost to the point where it's getting in black pill territory where it's like, oh, we got to have this harmony and all that. That stuff comes into play, but it's not the initial thing that it's just to the point where it's like, oh, it's definitive. Like they don't break it down like guys think that women do. They'll look at, okay, you cool, you whatever. But it's mostly the other things that play. Now, the body game and all that hits them right away, hits them on the primal nature. And that draws them to him. Okay, dang, okay, you look good. Like he probably can lay it down. He can lift up something. He bringing her into a feminine, bringing her more to a submissive nature. Like, dang, okay, gotta look strong. Look like somebody, somebody that can handle business. That's the kind of stuff that's the kind of energy that really draws to it. Now the guy that's really like hitting chicks out here, that's really like smashing chicks, be the ones that got that type of magnetic energy. And these guys don't look like the guys that can make handsome man videos. This is really why I don't like trying to make them videos, because it's a contradiction to what I'm trying to preach here. It's more of like having like more sex appeal type of deal. Now, I'm not against looks matching and all that. And if you're genetically handsome, that's just what it is. But what I'm saying is, for the majority of guys, that's not going to be the case. And you can be magnetic without looking like a runway model. That's what I'm saying. Trying to look like Jeremy Meeks or some shit. Or like Michael B. Jordan and all these other, Chris Brown and all these other heartthrob niggas like that. You don't have to look like them. But you can be magnetic, is what I'm saying.
Every woman is going to have their thing that they're drawn to. I really dig guys. I was like, he was attractive, but like I said, he wasn't the most best looking guy. And you could tell he wasn't the richest guy. I think he had like, not a flannel shirt, but one of those shirts on, which is typically not my type. I love me some pretty ass boys, but he wasn't any of those things. He wasn't a pretty ass boy. He wasn't rich like most of you guys think that women want. This guy just had, you could just tell there was something about.
You see, I just said, he wasn't rich and all that. Like they think most women want. Because the thing is with that, most women already got their own money these days. The guys that they're requiring money from are the guys that they don't really like that. But they'll spend your money because you just offering it. You see what I'm saying? And you say RT the brand. No, they're not doing handsome man game. No, I'm not really doing the handsome man game. I don't really plan on really making no videos like that no more, because it's not really, it's the message that it sends. It's the message that it sends. Now, I believe I do preach in being more attractive, but the way I want to preach it is being magnetically attractive, by using sex appeal, making girls that really want to smash you and really want to get intrigued by you, not instead of just trying to sit in the mirror and be a pretty boy. I don't want it to get into that territory. Now, it's nothing wrong with look smashing. There's nothing wrong with having skincare routines and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with that. But I don't want it to be the center of everything and feel like, oh, it's the holy grail. And if you don't look this type of way, then you can't have results with women, because it's a lie. You go outside and you see situations all the time. So I'm just saying, like, you just got to pick your lane, what lane you going to be in. And, you get what I'm saying, like, for the most part. But you can be magnetic without being the most handsome, man. I'm going to tell you that now.
About his energy, he was just super fucking sincere. And that's who, and obviously I did get to know him because, I'm the GOAT. So I did go on a couple dates with him because I am the GOAT. You can't be the dating coach and not get the guys that you want. It doesn't work that way. You got to get those guys, or you got to get those girls. That's why I'm teaching you. So he was really comfortable in his presence, and he attracted me without saying a word. We didn't even have a conversation. With the whole night, I was mesmerized by this dude. I was like, who is this dude?
That's what you want right there. That's what you want. You want them to know who you are. You want them to want to know like who you are. And you do that by being magnetic. You don't do that. Like you say, she said he wasn't the most handsome guy, but for some reason she was hooked on him all night. That kind of stuff does happen. You never know what his body was hitting like. You never know what his style was looking like. Everything, all that can come in full circle. But what I'm trying to say is, being magnetic, bro, that's what I really want to preach, because that's what gets the results. That's what you want to do. You don't want it to be looked at, okay, he's pretty boy, or he's handsome. But they can say that, like I've heard that so many times from my family members, but that doesn't mean they want to smash. You see what I'm saying? So just hearing that, oh, he's handsome, and that's just it's basic. It's like a friendly gesture. Do you want women to just walk up and be like, oh, a friendly gesture? Oh, you're handsome. Like, okay, yeah, no sex appeal. No, I don't want to smash. I don't, What result do you want a woman? Do you want a woman to lust you, or do you want a woman to look at you as a friend, or as a cute guy friend? So that's what I'm looking at it as, True pride, what it do, my boy? What it do? D'Angelo Brooks, like, how about I found out this dude? Oh man, yeah, I feel you on that. I've been through that, so I already know what it is, D'Angelo. I already know what that is. I I hate that. But at the end of the day, you can't even control who attracted to you. That's the whole thing about it. If you become an attractive man, you have to accept everything on all fronts. That don't mean that don't mean that you pay it attention or you accept any disrespect and all that. But you got to understand that that's gonna be coming too. Because you know what I'm saying? You can't, like, it's almost like holding out a big ass magnet. You might just want a big like car to hit that magnet, but everything else, all the other metal that's gonna come in too. It might be some nails from the ground, it might be some lights, poles, and all kind of stuff coming to that magnet. But all you wanted to attract was that car. So if you're gonna become magnetic, you ain't gonna only just attract this is the one thing that you just targeting. You come magnetic, everything coming your way. That's one of the downsides as well. I ain't gonna lie to you. So
I gotta meet this dude. I'm not gonna lie to you though, I was chicken shit. He had me that impressed that I didn't have the guts to go up and talk to him that night. Thank God I got on the dating apps and then we went on some dates. And
you see how she said she ain't have the guts. She ain't had it because it's usually the other way around when the guys see a chick that he really want to smash and they ain't have the guts to go talk up to her. It's kind of seldom you hear a woman actually coming out outright saying it like that. So yeah.
Like I said, I should have married that guy. Damn it. I'll have to reach back out to him. But anyways, when you have that kind of presence, you don't have to say a word. And how do you get there? It's the guy who gets really fucking comfortable in his skin. It's just like, I'm joking about the big dick energy, and I will tell you that funny story. But when a guy, they say, oh, that guy, he doesn't have to try because he knows he has a big dick. But what is behind that? It's his energy of, I don't have to try so hard.
Exactly.
And I think that a lot of guys...
Excuse me for the snoring, guys. That's some shit was in my nose and stuff. But that's what it is, man.
Who are nice guys, or a lot of guys who are insecure, they do just the opposite. You guys work way too hard, you try too hard, and you don't understand what you bring to the fucking table. And that's what you got to understand. You got to understand, like, what is your superpower? Every single one of us has a superpower,
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. That was the problem I had when I first made my transformation. I didn't know what my power was. I didn't know I had that type of power. That's what it was. I didn't know I had that power. So I still came off as a try-hard. And I told y'all about the time when I was buying the nurse chick oxtail plates and stuff because I was trying to overcompensate when I didn't really have to. And it was just crazy stuff. I was basically simping. I was simping. After I made my transformation, I was simping because I didn't even know what I was at that point in time. I was still in the mindset of the guy that had to do the most for the chick. So I wasn't really there mentally. I was there physically, but I wasn't there mentally. That's power. Man, this chick just hit me up. You don't have to wait. But anyway, mentally, I wasn't there. So I had to understand that this is what I am now. This is how I'm viewed now, and I need to act as such, because that's a big thing. You can't just be out here looking good and be looking attractive and looking magnetic and not know how to act on it. And not know what you are, and then you a lion, but you out here acting like a house cat, a domesticated house cat. You a whole lion out here. So it's just the way it is.
For me, I live in the Monaco area, and there are tons of women who are super beautiful here. Some who've had lots of surgery, but I have not, and so I'm just like rocking it natural, but some of these girls who've had tons of surgeries look a million times better than me. So I lead with my presence, which is I'm super charismatic. I'm super intentional. I'm focused on people. I'm very caring. I'm very funny. I lead with that shit. That is my shit. That's my gold. What is your gold? Start embodying that. Start owning that shit. Come from there. They're not like typical LA people that need to
Okay, I get what she's saying. She's saying being confident stuff. So I already know she was finna go into the preacher mode. But for the most part, she's just saying pretty much own up to who you are. Be within your own personality, but not to the point where you trying to overcompensate with you being nervously outward. Not, you doing the most. You doing crazy stuff and all that. You trying to act like somebody that you ain't. Really just be yourself. Because, and the reason I say be yourself, and I remember when dating coaches to go against saying be yourself. Oh, no, don't be yourself. You going to turn the chick off. No, because the reason you should be yourself, and even if yourself ain't at the most optimal moment, at the most optimal, damn, she is hitting me up. But at the most optimal version that would like attract women or be like seductive to women, the thing I found is when I'm being myself, I'm the most comfortable. I feel much better. You're more comfortable when you're being yourself than anything. So things are gonna flow way better when you're being yourself. When you're trying to fake it and you trying to be cool, you seen something and you trying to try something out, you on eggshell because you don't know if it worked yet. But you know how being yourself is. You're at the most comfortable when you're being yourself. That's what I noticed that. I noticed that I had to pick up on that because you never know. You might have a bomb ass personality, and you might just be around sometimes you could be a very talented person, but you in front of the wrong crowd. And the wrong crowd could be that woman that just don't find you that attractive, and you thinking that yourself is the problem. No, yourself, you might have a bomb ass personality. You just talking to the wrong chick. That's what I had to realize in the same situation, because the chicks that I was trying to be suave and casting over to, you know, it wasn't me. That wasn't me. I'm more of a enthusiastic type of person. I'm a mode switcher. So usually I'll say I'll be seductive at this point. Sometimes I'll be funny, but sometimes, I keep the frame going, but I keep it in different situations. I crack jokes, I do this and I do that. But at one point in time, when I was first trying to make my transformation after I became more attractive, is that I was trying to be more seductive, but I was trying to do it like somebody else did. I wasn't really being myself. You know what I mean? So I wasn't, like, when I wasn't being myself, I was so uncomfortable when I wasn't being myself, bro. But when I just started letting loose, but not to the point where I'm like losing my masculine frame and like being extra jokey and kikiing and stuff, but to the point where I was like, you know what, bump that. I ain't finna try to be seductive. I'm just gonna be myself. I'm gonna have a normal conversation. I'm gonna talk to the chick. I'm gonna express my interest. Things flow better when you being yourself. They flow way better, guys. Way better than they can ever be. Because, like, they can pick up on your nervous energy. They can pick up on when you're not feeling it. So think about it. If you're trying to try something out and you're not sure about it, that uncertainty is going to be times 10, as opposed to you acting the way that you always act anyway. Even the nervousness, then the margin will be much smaller when you being yourself and you're a little nervous, as opposed to when you trying to act like somebody that you ain't and you way nervous. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be times 20, times 30, but as opposed to just being like, okay, times 5 or something when you being yourself with a chick. So that's the thing, man. Like, I want to pull up the Ron Wills video that he did with Brittany, because that, like, the being a select man, bro, like that was I want to touch on a few points on that. Let me see. So I definitely want to touch on a few points on that, because I believe it was a lot of Jews dropped on that right there. It was a lot of Jews dropped on that. I was gonna look at this one right here.
Welcome to the 100-degree sweat test. Which one of these two antiperspirants can stand up to the heat?
Get your money, Ron.
It's presenting well, and we're not telling men to walk around in suits all the time. You can be casual and still have sex appeal. I call it grown and sexy. You can still be grown and sexy looking and without being done up. And everybody.
Wow. Shout out to Ron Wills and shout out to Brittany on this one. This is some game. Y'all go watch this. I'm definitely not gonna cover the whole thing, but definitely go and watch this, bro, because it's so much game in this one video right here. It's so much game.
Everybody doesn't have a sense of style. Not every man does. But there are so many opportunities to go into a clothing store and ask one of the retail associates, hey, I'm looking for a wardrobe that represents this. Or you could go on Pinterest. Or you could, one way I have suggested to guys before is, if you're in a male clothing store, see if you can ask a woman, hey, what are your thoughts on this piece? Because now you're sparking up a conversation. You're asking her about what she likes. That might be a potential date. It's
and like in those type of situations too, guys, bro. Like, it just be those type of situations. Those are the best types of situations. And then you want to get advice from a chick. That's what you're trying to attract. That's definitely who you were trying to attract. I mean, I didn't have times to be like, hey, how this look on me? You know, I bet do I look good at this song? You know, they like to be the type that judge what they got on. They do that with their girlfriends and stuff like that. But it doesn't matter if you ask them a question. Sparking up a conversation, period, will already bring things into. So, man, it's so much.
It matters. The way you represent yourself and put yourself out there, it absolutely matters.
And that's a real talk right there. Now, one of the things I'm famous for saying is, y'all ladies love a man with some shoes. Talk about the shoes part. Some guys don't realize that how much y'all be checking out a man's shoes.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit though, because I want to hear something
that they like a woman put together, so my hair is gonna be done. You know, I know that these are the kind of things that they like. You know, so why
coming for you every day?
I don't know about two.
And you know, he was just goofy. And they had
okay, here we go.
This still masculine. Right, I think they can refer back to the videos that you've done when you're just casually walking, but being yourself, but being your assertive self, but quietly.
And I can feel that because when you were talking about that, I remember a guy I knew back in the day, and he would call himself a ladies' man. He was like he knew the game, but then whenever he approached women, he'd be all goofy and stuff. And I
ain't gonna lie, I was that type of guy. I was definitely that type of guy. I was definitely like that because I was so nervous. I felt like I always had to crack jokes. I felt like I had to be Chris Tucker out here. I felt like I had to be Sinbad. I felt like I had to be Aries Spears out here with him. So I'm feeling like I had to come in and be the funny guy because I see how the chicks react and they always laughing at the jokes of the guys that, you know, okay, I see this guy, he gets a lot of girls, but they always laughing at everything he says. So I'm guessing in my head, I'm thinking, okay, I'm guessing this motherfucker funny. He must be a funny ass motherfucker. So let me come up with some jokes or something. Let me write some jokes down. I ain't writing no jokes down for real, but you know what I'm saying. I was in comedy mode with chicks all the time. So but it turns out is the chicks usually laughing at everything the guy that they really find attractive. They laughing at everything just about he say. He just about say. So it's like, dang, is he really a funny guy, or is it just they just laughing at everything he say because they like him, because they're very attracted to him? I've seen that, like the same things, the same jokes I used to try to crack. When I seen those guys crack those jokes, it didn't work for me because they didn't see me the same way they saw that guy.
It's like I just look at him and was like, huh? Like I know he was around this one very beautiful woman.
Go watch that.
And you know, he was just goofy. And they had met, and it was a situation. He was coming into where I was working at this gym, and he was walking, he was looking all goofy, and she was looking like, get me out of this.
Right.
Like damn.
I guess the execution in his mind did not actually come out, in reality or whatever. It went better in his mind.
Yeah, exactly. And, I'm going to tell you what with that. Like, fellas, y'all listen to everything Brittany's telling you. She's telling y'all. She's telling you because you see that with a lot of guys. Like, one of the things I try to tell the fellas is how much y'all be looking at a man's body language, just like you said. Y'all be checking out all of that. Y'all just don't, it's not even so much what we say, but how we looking at them, what we thinking, because I knew this guy and he just had things to say about women when he wasn't around them, but then wondered why he couldn't get it.
Wow. Yeah. It's all in your aura. And they're usually.
Yep. Going back to the video, this is how you attract women without saying anything, but you can't attract them if you got that bad body language and you look like you walking around with a chip on your shoulder, like the world owe you something, and you mad at you could, bro. I notice guys that talk a lot of smack about women all the time. They have a certain walk, bro. They have a certain way they are when they're in social events, and I see it. I definitely can see it. And they post up and look at guys that's talking to women. You can just see the hate in these guys' hearts, bro. You can see the hate in their gaze, the hate in they aura, the way they walk around. I ain't even gonna call that aura. That's just bitch made energy, bro.
Usually the reason that they're having so much negative things to say is because they're disgruntled because they haven't been successful. But
that's what it is. They walking around with a chip and they mad because they didn't have success with women instead of learning. Okay, learn the game. That's one thing I did, because I remember before I became the type of guy that can get chicks and know it, and going through all the stuff that I've went through. I noticed before I got there, when I was that hated guy, because I used to be on the hating side, and I noticed that it'll never help you out. That'll never help you out. Why not learn from the guys that you see that's getting these results? So I started studying the guys, studying the football players, the guys that was getting the chicks in college and the chicks around in the environments that I was in. Instead of hating, the hate turned into like a case study, like a type of study. So I was like, okay, what is it about these guys? You got to start piecing it together. Started seeing a bunch of content about getting your body together and all this. And I noticed all this stuff lined up. There was a big correlation between how their physical appearance, the way they walk around, the way they act, the way they talk, the confidence in their walk, and all that just came together, started clicking to me.
But are you actually putting in the work to be successful? You know, are you self-assessing about why there's failures? You're the only commonality in those situations.
Oh man, bro, it's so much game in this right here, guys. It's so much game, man. It's so much game. The only commonality, guys, is you. If you having so many problems, you messing up with all these women, what's the main thing they got in common? Your ass. You are the main thing they got in common. And it's hard when you feel like, dang, you had a good couple experiences. You're like, dang, why these women doing that? You probably get off your game or something, and you wondering like, why you having such a dry streak? Why you having such a losing streak? You feeling like, you be like, dang, it's something about me. The last thing you want to do in that situation is look in the mirror, bro. That's the hardest thing to do. But you got to take accountability, bro. And that's what I had to do. I had to take that accountability. I didn't want to do it. The shit hurt. You don't want to sit there and look in the mirror and say that something's wrong with you. That's the last thing you want to do. But you want to get better. That's what you got to do, bro. Straight up.
With women. And so are you going to keep trying the same tactics and then just saying to hell with all women? Or are you going to make some adjustments and see if those work?
Right. At a long point in time, I was with that to hell with all women type talk. Trust me, man. If y'all see my old Facebook posts, man, I was going in on these chicks. Well, you would have thought I was the top hater woman, bro. I was at the top of the list of female hate, bro. My red pill rage was off the charts, bro. My shit was like over 9,000. I'm talking about scouter busting over 9,000 type energy levels type shit, power level type shit. My shit was off the charts. Like nobody hated women more than me when I found out the truth. Nobody. Every post I made, bro, like I was about talking shit about women. So I already know I've been through red pill rage and beyond.
And that's something I say all the time. If I tell guys, I tell women too. I say, hey, if you having trouble with 20 people, the only person they had in common was you. So if a guy keep running into all these women, keep having this problem, he has to look at himself. And that's why, on my channel, I don't go in on women on this channel for that reason. It's like a man has to build himself up. And, one of the things, though, that does get on my nerves, it really does get on my nerves. Guys will come on here and they'll say, all these women ignore me. I'm like, man, I got 4,000 videos. What are you doing? And you obviously want a woman or you wouldn't be here.
Facts. That's the same thing when I be saying when guys be coming in the comments about, I don't get no attention, or what about this? What about that? What about this? Like, bro, it's so much content. I got archives. Rom got archives. Underdog got archives. True Prodigy got archives. Man, we all got videos on this stuff, bro. We all got so many videos on this stuff. And they be like, why am I not doing this? Why am I not doing that? Look in the mirror, bro. You're not as magnetic as you think you are. Because if you're not having these type of experiences, then you're not the guy that you think you are. If you're not getting those type of results. And you don't have to be the most attractive man in the world to get those results. If you go outside and you putting in your work and you presenting yourself to the world and you start getting, you're going to get some type of results. Now, it might be results your ass don't like, or it's going to be results you do like. It ain't really no in between. You be like, oh, it's neutral. No, ain't no down neutral. Either you getting the results that you want or your ass ain't. Straight up.
Right.
Don't you listen and try to do what I say? Like Body Game, for example. There was a young man who was at one of the gyms I used to work out at.
No, those Sotomayor. Oh no, I'm definitely not on that Sotomayor type deal. Nah, definitely ain't. I don't got hate.
First saw him. he didn't have that good posture or anything. All he did was just kept working out for a year, and I saw a difference in a year. He was walking stronger, everything, how he walked, everything, how he looked at people, everything changed. And all he did was just work out.
And that's why we always preach about the body game. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to Ron, man. Y'all definitely got to check him out. Some of you guys probably don't know about this guy, but man, he's the GOAT, bro. He's definitely the GOAT. Definitely a person I would consider like a mentor. And bro, he always be spitting his game, bro. He said just as the guy that's only worked out and his confidence is shot up like that. That's why we always say, that's why I always preach as well. And I definitely got it from him and AMS, from Steph and all of them, like all these guys in the combination. But the body game philosophy is definitely Ron Wills' alone from the beginning. I'll say from the beginning that I've seen first, that in the YouTube streets, I would say at least. But you gain a whole bunch of confidence when you get your body together. Hence why you will end up getting a lot of choosing sealers and attracting women without saying anything. That's the prominence.
You know, body game is more than it goes beyond, you know, have a certain amount of body fat or muscles. Those are good, but it's about being comfortable in your own body. You know,
Absolutely.
just being comfortable. And why don't we talk about something else? Because one of the things is I had some guys online, they'll talk about body game, but y'all like different bodies. Talk about that.
And I've said this so many times.
Ooh, different bodies. Oh my God. My body preferences have altered over the years. I used to like skinny. Now I wouldn't be able to stand a skinny man. And I used to like super chiseled. Now I'm like, I don't mind. I've never been a plus size girl. I've never been for that. However,
as you guys can see, like she said over the years that she had different preferences, so it can change over time. It definitely can change over time. She can touch on this. She can have attraction to that, or she could like have primarily guy that she go at this point in time. She said it was skinny at first. She said it was chiseled, and then, you know, I'm guessing she get to another point right here. But what I'm saying is, guys, you guys got to accept that women like different body types. It is what it is. Now, people say that the golden standard of the body that women are attracted to is supposed to be the chiseled, Fight Club looking body and the Michael B. Jordan type stuff. But you got to understand, when you're living in a world with a whole bunch of people that don't have different types of things, those are like the top percentage of physiques type deal, but they will attract a whole bunch of women. That doesn't mean that those are the only body types that get chicks, bro. I done seen guys that don't have no chisel but got big bulky muscles, the ones that y'all look at and be like, oh man, he ain't getting no women. He ain't getting no one with slaying chicks back to back. I'm talking about, I'm seeing these guys. I didn't smash chicks with these guys. I didn't been with these guys, seeing them doing all kind of stuff. I've been doing all kind of stuff at that type of size. I'm telling you now, you don't have to be chiseled to get certain type of women. Now, if that's a personal goal of yours, it's cool. But as far as like society standards, okay, yes, you'd be like, okay, that's the most attractive looking male body. But when you out here in the real world and who women would really like smash and sleep with and stuff like that, you will be surprised if you think it's only just chiseled. Because you in the dark if you think you just got to be chiseled to smash women. I'm just gonna tell you that now. You are definitely in the dark, especially the stuff that I've seen, especially I went to 2 different college institutions, and these types of guys was like running through these types of chicks that you wouldn't even think they would even be in the same bed with. Like, you wouldn't even think they would get these types of chicks. Like, seriously. So if you've seen the things I've seen and you know what I know, bro, these guys don't know what they talking about saying that you got to be chiseled. It was guys that was chiseled on the football team, guys that was bulky hitting the same chicks. So if what society says is true, then the bulky guy wouldn't have a chance with the guy with the same girl that was sleeping with the chiseled guys. Or I was smashing chicks that was dating basketball guys. So if she only like tall guys, they might have a plethora. Some women might have different body types that they would smash, just like we would. Sometimes, hey, I'm more of a thick chick type of guy, but sometimes I might want to smash a skinny chick, a skinny thick chick, or I might want to smash a BBW type chick, but not like like a more of a heavier type chick, but not like a really fat chick. I'm talking like a chick that's like, I like them extra thick chicks where it's proportionate and look like real thick, but couldn't really be a model, but like super thick. You see what I'm saying? So I might just want a tone chick. I might want a gym girl at some time. Hey, it is what it is. You might have different flavors of things that you're attracted to. But it's thinking that women only like this type of body, bro. Guys are just preaching, oh, you gotta be chiseled, you gotta be that. You don't have to be a goddamn thing. Just have some muscle. Just look capable. That's all I'm saying. Look capable. Look like you can do something. Look like you can throw something around. I would say look physically imposing. Now, what form that comes in, it could be heavy on the heavier end, or it could be on the chiseled end. It can be. It's a spectrum.
However, like, I don't mind what is called. Don't judge me, y'all. I know it's called a dad bod.
Okay, we trying to get him out of there.
But a dad bod can get the business, okay? I get the dad bod the business, okay? I do. I like what I like. You know what? Dad bod look like, ooh, I bet he got a mortgage and he keep his lawn manicured. And he probably got a life insurance.
And you get what she said? She said he look like he got a mortgage. I ain't gonna lie, that kind of sound like I get what you mean. I bet a lot of guys could be like, oh, she only using them for his money and stuff. And a lot of cases that do happen. And a lot of chicks do that happens when a chick is looking for like provision and want a guy that got his stuff together, like in the nesting type deal. Like they want to be with a guy that's gonna, start paying the bills, or a guy that's gonna look out for him and stuff. They're not really looking for lust after that. Like, they when they're in that settling phase, that's definitely like a settling phase type of deal. That's what I would look at it as. When she mentioned that in particular, like paying the mortgage and all that, yeah, that's like settling type of deal, like nesting. Okay, I want to be with somebody who got responsibility and all that.
Policy and a 401k, and he take care of business. I like a dad body be giving me grown and sexy. And it doesn't have to be chiseled. Now, again, I'm not saying like, oh, meat or anything, but like still looks good in his clothing, still, together. But if there's like a little bit of a, a little belly, a little extra fat, like, fine, it's fine.
You know what's funny about that? Because I've heard other women say the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because y'all be looking at that and just everything you're thinking about. You're thinking, oh, okay, he got his stuff together and everything. And because different women, one thing I've seen, different women will like different bodies. Definitely. And like you said,
definitely the truth.
It can change over the years. Mm-hmm. It can change. Like you said, you went from one to the other, as long as they not obese or something. I mean, and actually, I knew a young lady
like that. Some women like that too,
Yeah, that's crazy though. That's crazy. Now, when they go to it, it's a very, very small. I'm talking about like probably 2% or something. But that's more of like a fetish territory type deal. That's what I would look at it as. It's more of a fetish territory. So if a guy talking about, oh, okay, a girl talking about she going at the girl a guy that's obese and all that, then that's not the norm. That's definitely not the norm. Not at all. Not at all. Very,
I know. I met one like that. She said that dude had to be, and she was tiny too, but she said men had to be clinically obese, like stomach hanging out and everything. But that was her. And one of the things I tell men is get your body in the best shape that you can for it. And then see which women like it, because y'all definitely looking. Now, you can still get some guys who think, they'll say, no, women just looking at a face. But y'all looking at the whole package. Y'all looking at everything on a man. I mean, seriously. And you were talking about that. Y'all looking at every single thing. And it could.
And all this has to do with a guy being magnetic. So if you're being magnetic, that means you don't have to say anything when you can attract women without saying anything. That's what being magnetic is. That's what being a select man is.
One thing a man think he doing well, but then
part of it at least.
Something else is just missing.
Right.
Y'all might be looking at him and he might be muscular, but he might have some run over shoes or something. And y'all know y'all be like, y'all love some shoes. They just run over scratchy, or the clothes, he could be handsome, but then his clothes are wrinkly and stuff, or they ain't fitting right. My man bruh man out there with some clothes on. Yeah.
Dusty. Yeah, definitely the dusty look. You don't want to look good and then be looking dusty. That's definitely for sure.
Yeah, I love bruh man though, but I'm just saying though, they too tight.
Right. No, I don't know why they heavy on the no, it's the face. It's like you tell them and they still just be like, no, I'm gonna be resistant to information.
Because they didn't have so much times where they see a guy that they feel that looks better than them, get a chick that they wanted, and the chick wasn't even in their tribe. That's what it really be. They'll see a guy that get a chick and he be like, oh, he looks this type, but that might just be that woman's type. And now he just generalizing all women, saying, oh, okay, they only like this type because he had a few bad experiences or seen something like that. So I definitely know how that go.
Some very just average looking faced guys out here, but have other things going on. I see them all the time with their girl on their arm, walking around the grocery store, walking around in the mall, walking around just going to the movies. In everyday life, doing everyday kind of situations. You know, something else I thought of that a select man has, a select man got some good social skills. You can find them out at like networking events. Mm-hmm. You can find them solo dolo by themselves at a happy hour, mixing and mingling and seeing who's there. They might even be a regular.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fun fact, I used to be going out alone a lot too. I definitely go out alone a lot, chilling. And then you end up sitting back. See, when you're magnetic, you can go somewhere and sit back and attention ends up getting drawn to you, or you can just start picking up off of the energy that's around you type deal. And that's attracted to you, woman that's attracted to you. Now, I remember, I ain't gonna never forget this time when I was in this area. I ain't gonna say exactly what it was. It was this type of club type of deal. Now, I'll say it something like that. And I just went over and I just started sitting down. I'm chilling, right? And chicks was like just coming around, talking to me. We having interactions. We doing that. Another guy that wasn't really in the same, like, I ain't gonna say classes. He didn't really work out. He wasn't like a self-improved type of guy. He was kind of a guy that didn't really work out and all that. He's fat. He tried to sit back and he tried to do the same thing I was doing, but it didn't really work for him. So I'm saying you can't just sit back and you can't just go in the club and just sit back and if you're not magnetic. I've seen how it happened. That's the whole point I'm trying to get to it. And me, I had chicks coming up to me, coming in, checking on me, coming in, joking with me, coming in, I could damn near get them to stop leaving me alone or checking me out from across the room. He tried to go and sit back and nothing went happening for him. He had to get up and get in the chicks' faces and started talking and buying drinks and stuff. That's what I noticed and I've seen for the rest of the night. So whether you're going to be magnetic or you're going to be the one that's trying to be all up in their face, bro. And it's not really conducive because I just seen the guy just always up in the chick's face and they be looking so, like when I'm watching the chick's body language, they be so annoyed with those guys, man. Like so annoyed, they be like, damn, if you don't just get the hell away from me. And I just be laughing because I be looking at him like TV ever. Like she definitely want that guy to get the hell away from her.
A select man knows how to pick up on social cues and those kind of details. He can read a room, you know, and those are things.
Definitely, bro. Like when I first picked up on being able to how to read the room, bro, things get a lot fun. Way more fun when you can read the room, when you're able to read the room the right way and pick up on all the signs and see how women are interacting with guys, see how women are reacting with the environment, what types of songs is turning this chick up, what type of moves this chick in. When you able to read body language, bro, it's almost like everything is almost like on easy mode almost because you can peep it. You can go up to a chick and you can see how a chick checking you out. You go up to her and if you walk up to her, you can tell she's a teaching seeker. You go up to her and you can tell if the energy is still there. If the energy's not there, okay, I peep the energy ain't there. Okay, I'm gonna slide off or whatever. But seeing how she interact with other people, see if she in a good mood, bro, being able to tell all that, watching the funny situations when a guy trying to talk to a woman and you can tell that she don't want him and all that. That's his comedy to me because I can clearly tell that. I can clearly like how she interact with her friends after look. You know, it's just. I'm telling you, once you guys learn how to read body language, be able to read the room when you're going out to the clubs, going out in just different environments, bro. I'm telling you, it's a whole different game. It's a whole different game.
That you actually gain by being social. So when I was doing consultations with some of my guys, one of the things that they had in common is y'all don't go nowhere. Yeah, well, I don't like, and it's the same thing with women sometimes where they like, oh, I want a good man, but they don't go anywhere. Like the person is not going to kick down your door and present. Or, maybe if you're lucky enough, they Amazon or UPS. But unless that happens, you're not putting yourself out there, which means you're also not practicing being social. You're not practicing.
That's a big problem I had. Like I said on the last live stream, I had I was shooting myself in the foot by staying in my environment and not really venturing out and put myself out there. How could I say that I want these types of chicks, or I want a chick to be attracted to me, and I want to see how chicks react to me being in the room and being in an environment and interacting and stuff, or just being around? How am I going to gauge that? How am I going to analyze that if I'm not in the environment, if I'm not putting myself in the environment on a consistent basis? So that can happen, because if you a type of guy that just be working and you just go straight to work, or probably just go to the gym and just go straight back home, that'll be your world. That turns into your world. You feel like ain't too much out there because you ain't going nowhere else. Because that happened to me. I was like, dang, it really just feel like my world. All I see is a few chicks that I see at the gym and a couple girls I see at work, and I'm just back home. It's not enough exposure. You have to go out somewhere where it's a big gathering, somewhere where you can really gauge it and do it on a consistent basis. A big problem with a lot of guys, you don't even know if you magnetic or not. You might just be around the same chicks that ain't got used to you. You feel like, okay, yeah, that you ain't got it. You might go around some chicks that ain't never seen you before, and they might damn near treat you like a celebrity down there. You never know. But how you gonna know if you don't put yourself out there?
Engaging, you're not strengthening your social skills. A select man has social skills.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of guys get that, because you still get some guys thinking, oh, as long as he's just handsome, you don't have to have social skills or something. I'm like,
that's a fact. That's another thing too. You feel like you just look good and everything just fall in your lap and stuff. Now, when you say women will make things easy for you, yes, they will make things easy for you if they find you attractive. And I'm not just saying just handsome and like, okay, you're just a handsome little pretty boy type deal. Now, if that chick likes that particular thing, I'm just saying if she finds you an attractive man that you could see yourself smashing and stuff like that, you still have to be able to talk to the woman. You still got to be able to socialize. And I'm not saying that you got to have like top level game when you're talking to her. Just be able to have a normal conversation is what I'm saying. Because she's already making it easy for you anyway. So you having a normal conversation is just going to be right up her alley. You see what I'm saying? When a chick is having a normal conversation with a guy that she finds sexually attractive, it's times 10 versus a guy that she don't find sexually attractive, which is, okay, it's strictly platonic.
What planet you on? You still got to talk, because what do y'all always say? Y'all say he was all right till he opened his mouth. And, I tell guys to practice talking. I say, what I'll tell them is try to say hi to 3 women a day.
And the reason we talking about like socializing and stuff, even though the video says how to attract women without saying anything, but I was the type of guy that used to get stuck on that one part right there. I would literally attract a woman and don't say anything. You see the problem in that though? I will attract the woman. I will have the woman give me choosing signals, but my ass didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing. And guess where it got me? Nowhere. It got me nowhere. It got to the point where some chicks was more aggressive and they would bring herself in this vicinity and they were like, okay, let me get over there. But then now that I look back on it, I was like, dang, she really had to make the move for me to feel comfortable to talk to her and stuff like that. She went out of her way to come and start a little conversation, even though I know it was BS. She really just wanted to get closer. But the fact that she had to do that and she gave me plenty of signals to come and make an approach, that, it just kind of made me feel like, dang, what the hell am I doing? I'm attracting the chicks. I told you so many times, guys. I went in the club so many times and messed this up. Had chicks checking me out, and I just wouldn't go up and say nothing. And I'd be telling my homeboys, oh man, she was checking me out. You see her, bro? She was watching me, bro. I could have had her, bro. That was enough for me. But it ain't enough for me. It wasn't enough because I was looking back like, damn, hell no. It was enough for me for that at that time. It was enough for like bragging rights and stuff. Like, oh, bro, I had that chick checking me out. I had her checking me out. I ain't got a number. Don't even know her name. They ain't get to speak to her. None of that. That happened for a while for me. So just attracting the chicks, bro, just because you won't say anything and you can attract them without saying anything doesn't mean you don't have to say anything. That's what I'm getting down to. This is why the social skill thing is important. And the big reason why I wasn't saying anything is because I wasn't confident in my conversation. I wasn't confident in my social skills. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I had approach anxiety.
3 women a day. Just say hi, minimum 3 women. And you know, all of them ain't gonna say hi back. But the beauty of it is they will develop their skills. They have to develop that. Because even, you know, what if they see that woman who is just super fine? They can't be nervous or anything. They can't be like thinking about it too hard. They got to be able to approach that woman and be like, hey, how you doing? You know, just how you doing? They don't have to have any like fancy line or something.
Exactly what I was talking about, guys. Exactly what I was talking about. But I noticed something too that'll help out a lot of guys in this type of situation. The thing that really got me over the approach anxiety was going to those same chicks that you scared of, them same chicks that you feel like, oh man, I don't know, man. The ones you get butterflies, them the ones you need to go after. You gotta purge that shit, man. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. That's the way you gotta purge it. Is you gotta face your fears, but at the same time, it's like an adrenaline rush because you like, dang, man, I ain't felt like this way since like high school type deal. So it's gonna be like a new challenge for a lot of you guys. Now, I know a lot of guys probably like, oh man, this is elementary type deal, but it's a lot of guys you might not even want to admit it, but it's some girls that really make you intimidated. Even if you are a guy that has improved yourself and you can get a bunch of choosing setters, but you probably still have them same chicks that you don't want to talk to. You got like social anxiety in some way, shape, or form, bro. Them type of chicks that give you butterflies and you be like, dang, I don't know, you know. Make your move. Now, it depends on the environment too as well. You know, like, okay, work and all that stuff, I wouldn't really recommend it. But I'm talking about like in social events where people are there for those types of reasons, a social environment like that, where people are like having fun, trying to have a good time, like letting loose and stuff like that, then yes. Bro, go on and try that, bro. It's an adrenaline rush, bro. Your heart gonna be pumping the whole time. You're gonna be feeling good. You're gonna you're gonna be feeling scared as hell. I ain't gonna lie, you're gonna be scared as hell. But when you talk to her, you're gonna be like, oh my God, you go down and be shaking like a leaf. But you gotta get used to that. You got to get used to that, bro. That's how you get over it, over time at a time. And then you're going to notice after those times, you're like, dang, it didn't work out for me, but I feel a little more comfortable. You didn't work out this time. I feel a lot more comfortable. And the more times you keep exposing yourself to the things that you were afraid of, like the chicks that you're afraid of talking to, bro, that's what's going to make that shit powerful. Because the chicks, like the ones that you see as like drop dead, gorgeous type deal, go after those chicks. Even if you know you feel like they're going to shoot you down. Like, I'm not saying don't go into it with just the mindset of defeat. But the thing is to strengthen that muscle, because if you go up to your highest point on your scale of the chicks that you find the most attractive, the ones you find like, okay, she might not be as attractive as this other chick, but the ones that you find is like, okay, she cool, she all right, she got a body on her, but she might not be as fine as the other chick, but you have no problem approaching that chick because, oh, dang, man, I didn't talk to these chicks. I ain't scared of this chick, man. She ain't nothing in comparison to that. That's when it's gonna get in that territory. You in that territory, you ain't scared to talk to nobody. That's when it get there. That's when it get fun. That's when it get good because you don't give a damn. You don't give a damn about rejection, bro. You understand how it go, bro. The anxiety gonna slowly creep away, but trust me, I know how I feel to have that anxiety, bro. Trust me, believe.
Because now you can tell me, you're a beautiful young lady. You prefer a man just come up and just be friendly, just say hi. He don't have to do anything crazy, right?
A regular conversation, just like you would a regular person. You guys are overthinking this. You guys are and it's self-sabotage is what it is.
Uh-huh.
And it speaks to, like, I've heard so many men, even online, Rom, I'm talking about, they are really trying to like end cold approach. And I'm like, but what?
That is the stupidest thing. And I was like, why are they trying to end cold approach? Why are they trying to end cold approaching? If you see something you want, guys, go after it. It doesn't matter if she just gives you choosing signals or whatever, just go after it, bro. And even though you can be magnetic and you can attract women without saying anything, you still gonna have chicks that ain't looking at you, or she probably walking the other way, or probably looking the other way, probably haven't seen you yet, or in an environment. Just if you see her, just go and walk up. You never know what's gonna happen, bro. You just never know what's gonna happen. Just stop being a stuck up guy. Like, oh, if she ain't doing this, she ain't doing that, bro. I ain't finna. I understand that. If she giving you bad energy when you talking to her, standoffish energy, okay, that's the whole beauty of it. Because the more women you talk to, you be able to start peeping that energy. That's what all these interactions gonna do. Is gonna teach you the different energy. Because when you talking to a chick that's genuinely interested versus a chick that's not interested, you're gonna pick up on that immediately. It's two totally different interactions. So once you, like me, the moment I talk to a chick, I told y'all about that chick I approached in the gym. I could tell she was keeping it short with me. I could tell she wanted to get back to whatever she was doing. She wasn't interested. I peeped it. I said, okay, it was nice. You have a good day. And I went on about my way. I didn't feel no type of way about it. I just went on. I made my approach. That's how she was feeling. You peeped that and you just walk on about your day. Don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. She wasn't interested in you. But I know how I feel to have a chick that's interested when I walk up the same way. That's why you can't generalize, because one won't go for one chick will go for another chick.
Why? I think I love how like older men, whether they was gonna get shot down or not, if they wanted you, they was coming. They was gonna shoot they shot. Whether they get told no or not, they was gonna say what they wanted to say.
And that's why a lot of guys that you would consider looking mediocre or whatever or not attractive end up getting the chicks because they are very confident. Confidence will play a big part. Now, I'm not saying you gotta be butt ugly and all this, but that's why you see a lot of these situations with these guys. They're confident and they'll go up and talk to the chick like, whatever. You'll be like, dang, why she with him? Why she with that? She probably liked his confidence. She liked everything. Now, of course, they still looking at the physical appearance. They just gotta like it. They just gotta like the physical appearance enough. They just gotta like it enough. That's another thing a lot of guys don't want to tell you. They want you to like you enough. Now, of course, you want to work out and make it the best of your ability. But if they like it enough, you don't have to be at the pinnacle for them to deal with you. Especially if other things, if you hitting on other cylinders, you confident, the way you walk, they can pick up on that. They can pick up on your confidence. They can pick up on you being sure of yourself.
Can't come at you. This generation, the rejection has them in a chokehold. They
definitely
extremely bent out of shape if they're told no. And I'm like, was I the only one who had a sales job before? Whenever you work in sales, you know that you're going to get 99 no's and 1 yes. And all that.
Yes. You definitely are.
And one yes is all that you need. So when it comes to being out there and practicing, like you were just telling them, you're almost putting in, your bid to get your 1 yes. You have to have the social skills. You got to shoot your shot. You got to get over your anxiety, whether you need to go to therapy about it, whether it's just to practice, or whether
like low key, I feel like a lot of guys could use a good therapy session for sure. You never know what you're really going through. A lot of guys don't want to do, but I don't want to get all sentimental and shit on here. But that's definitely a real thing.
There is that you just have too much built up stress because you're not working out enough. All of those things could be why you're so rigid about being rejected. I mean, what?
And I feel like a big thing about that is a lot of guys, they end up, they don't really feel that good about themselves. They don't feel that good about how they look in the mirror. They don't feel good about any interactions that they've had. They've probably been rejected. And they look in the mirror, but like, dang, this is why. So they really constantly beating themselves up every day. So that's why a lot of guys really like kind of withdraw in their shell, but like, oh, I ain't dealing with women. I'm tired of dealing with women. And trust me, I was one of those guys. I definitely was like that, especially during my Red Pill Rage time. I was on all kind of stuff. I'm not approaching, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing it, I don't care about that. I was, like I said, I was a Red Pill Rage activist for real.
What is really the worst that could happen with that? She says no.
Yeah, and that's something I've seen too, because rejection, and I've talked about that before, it's a part of life, even detected. You just got to play it off, if they got to be to the point. Even if a beautiful woman says no thank you or no or whatever, just wish her a nice day and move on. Because
definitely, that's the best thing you can do. That's the best thing you can do. It's definitely, because I had to do that, and I was like, you know what, it's not so bad. I'm not finna sit here and just cuss out or talk smack about it. Because I grew up in the project, so I know. I grew up in the hood, projects, whatever you want to call it. Because it's like a difference, okay? It was the hood, then it was the apartments, the projects, the whatever you want to call it, whatever it is from your parts, low income type area. And I noticed that the guys that used to get rejected, they used to cuss the chicks out, talk all kind of smack about them all the time. That's what I grew up around, seeing that in high school all this. I'm like, these guys always cussing out the chick. So I'm like, dang, when you come up and you grow up and it's like, dang, a lot of guys really do that. But until you get the knowledge, you'll notice that how immature that was.
It's one of the worst things for men, and I've seen this. Shoot, I've experienced this. You always think about it, it's like, man, I should have said something to her. It's better to say something to a woman and be rejected, and then to be thinking about her 2 years later, it's like, man.
Man, bro, I'm telling you, bro, that regret feeling, bro, that regret feeling is the absolute worst, bro. It is the worst. Man, it's the worst, bro. The chick that you knew, like, you wanted to talk to, but you ain't say nothing. Chick was checking me out. I'm talking about guys, bro. Chick was checking me out all night at the club. And I'm sitting there looking back at her, walking around, ain't doing nothing. And I was still thinking about it. I was like, I can still recall that night, man. I'm like, I could have said something. She was definitely checking me. She was definitely giving me choosing. This happened to me multiple times. I told you this happened to me more than 10 times. Because I just didn't make approaches. I was good with getting the choosing signals. It's almost like being a lion, but don't know how to kill. You see what I'm saying? I can look at the prey. I can catch the prey. I can catch the prey, but I don't know how to kill the prey. So it always end up getting away from me. It's like a lion chasing the prey down, catching it, tripping it up, and it falling down, taking it down, and then letting it go. That's what I did every time. I'm like, what's the point of doing that? Like, you running shit down, use all your energy like a cheetah. You know how they do. They be clipping the impalas and shit. So they be running so fast behind the impalas that they be clipping them when they catch up to them. Clip them and take them down, and then let them go. You know how fast a cheetah be running 100 miles an hour? They be tired. They be so damn tired they can't even eat the meal after they catch it. They gotta catch their breath for 10 damn minutes. So you want to be in the club, attracting this chick for all this time, making all this eye contact with the chick all this time, and don't say nothing, bro. And then want to brag on. This is what I was. The type would brag on. Oh, bro, she was checking me out, bro. I was that type of dude, man. Man, that was some lame ass shit, bro.
Man, I should have said something. And they don't know what's going to happen. They don't know how she's going to respond. And if she reject them, I always tell guys, I did a car video talking about it. I said, you don't know why she might have rejected you. You can't take it personally. Because like I know right now, I know two very beautiful young ladies who they're about to get married. So they lesbian. So they're going to reject guys, you know. They that woman could have a man already. She might be going through a bad day. You still got to shoot your shot, because that same woman who rejected you on Tuesday because she was having a bad day, you might see on Saturday someplace and she's ultra friendly.
Oh, that's definitely true. That's definitely true. Because I done had something like in different environments where the chick wasn't cool that day, and the next day she just happy-go-lucky, ready to talk, ready to be sociable. So you just never know what's going on in her life. You'll think that the chick that ain't messing with you, you think the chick that's, just flat out like rejecting you, but you never know what kind of day the chick having. Just like us, we have different ways that we feel throughout the day, bro. Might wake up in the morning feeling happy-go-lucky, then throughout the day some stuff might happen, might be stressing you out, and your day is going down, or something else might pick you back up. You just never know. Throughout the day you have different moods. It's the same thing with chicks, bro. So you might just call that at the wrong time or whatever. But I'm not saying like just sit there and wait for the different ways of, okay, maybe she feeling okay, maybe she doing this, maybe doing that. No, you ain't sitting around waiting on it. But understand that does have an impact on the results you can get at a certain point in time. Because I've definitely witnessed this where a chick was mad one day, ain't speak to me, ain't want to say nothing. I said something to her, ignored me. And the next day she was chasing me down, trying to speak to me. So, it just be like that. You just never know what type of mood.
But you still have to go, because one of the things is that rejection thing. Guys are worried about. I'm like, why? That's a part of the game. It's no
Shazam, what's up?
You don't know what's going to go on. Like I said, you don't know what's going on.
Right, you don't, and you're personalizing it, and maybe not everything is an attack on you. I think whenever you think that it is, that's a bit self-absorbed. If you were out, and I love me a happy hour, can you please give these young men an example? And I was sitting there because I like to happy hour by myself. So I'm going to give you a visual, okay? When I like to happy hour, I like a skirt or dress. I'm a heels girl, okay? My heels are going to match my purse. And if it's warm enough, it's going to be some heels with my toes out. I love a good pedicure. I'm going to be hair done. I love good smelling perfumes and oils and stuff. So I'm going to be sitting there by myself. It's a nice. What's that noise?
Peep actually got class though.
Okay, so I'm sitting there by myself, you know, legs crossed, sitting there. I'm having
Make your browser fast.
Get your money, Ron. Get your money.
Make your browser safe.
me a glass of, I don't know, a glass of Riesling or a glass of some red wine. And I'm by myself and there's an empty chair beside me. What do you do?
I would just walk up to you and say, "Hey, how you doing? Is that seat taken?" And just start talking with you. How you doing today?
And that's all it takes. That's all it takes. Like, you don't need no witty lines. And like I say, you attracting a woman without saying anything. But that woman could be there and she could, like she said, she was just sitting down in that scenario at happy hour by herself, and she could be checking you out. And what you still got to be able to say something. That's why we talk about communication right now. That's why we talk about communication, and the fear of rejection is really keeping a lot of guys from wanting to make that type of approach or talk to a woman. But at the same time, you see how simple he said is going to say, "Hey, how you doing?" He ain't say no witty lines. Oh, you must be a 10 because you must be from Tennessee because you're the only 10. Some only bullshit. I know that's some lame ass pickup lines, but you know what I'm saying. Like, feel like you gotta say the most Riz God type of stuff. No, you just go up and spark up a conversation. But what I will say is just express your interest to her. However you do that, you can say that she's attracted to you. You find her attractive, or you want to spend, whatever. However you express that, just express their interest in her. I would say that from the jump. Like within those first couple sentences, express your interest so you can automatically change the dynamic so she can already know what you're right there for. So that way you won't get into platonic territory at the beginning. Okay, no, you have an objective. That's one thing I will say when you're going up to a chick. Like, you be like, okay, you validating the chick by saying that you find her attractive, or some people don't say like you want to tell her that you're beautiful. I want what it is what it is. However you want to say it, you can say you can say what you want to say, because two different guys telling her that she's beautiful can come off two different ways. So if you a guy that she finds that you attractive, it'll come off as, okay, the best thing since sliced bread. The next guy, it'll be seen as a creep. So it don't matter what's being said. It's as long as you're expressing your beauty, your interest. Now, a lot of guys might probably say that, oh, a lot of guys might be telling her that she's beautiful. A lot of guys say that. A lot of guys say that, but a lot of guys ain't you. That's what you got to say when you tell that guy. Well, a lot of guys say that she's so used to hearing that. She's not so used to hearing that from a guy that she finds attractive. You know what I mean? So a majority of the guys that is running and catcalling at the woman that she doesn't find that attractive. I'm gonna put it like that. The majority of the guys that's running at her and coming at her all confident and stuff like that, she probably don't find them as attractive as she finds you. So just because you saying something that somebody else might have said, it ain't gonna come off the same way as when they said it. So when guys be like, "Oh, you don't tell her that she's beautiful, don't tell her that you find her attractive," that coming from a guy that she find attractive is definitely gonna hit different. Trust me, it hit different. It hit different.
Nigga. Great. And, say my name's Rom. What's your name? And just start talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
The worst you could do is be like, "Get away from me." It's like, okay, but you still look beautiful and everything.
Oh, like, what are the odds? Like, I know they say that women are out here being really aggressive with their
they're not
rejection.
They're not really being rejected. They're not being aggressive. Guys are just taking it further than it is. That's all.
But I'm just not out places seeing women going off on men that are sitting beside them. Do you see it?
I never did. I don't go out like I used to. But if you sitting there, okay, first of all, if you sitting in a public place like that, you looking good. You want to talk to somebody.
Facts. Facts. The problem is with that type of deal is they in those social environments, they know the woman is dressing up to be magnetic to guys. So of course she wants to talk to guys, but the problem most guys have is they aren't the guy that woman wants to talk to. And that's okay. That's okay for that particular woman, especially if you got that's working on herself and you know that you've attracted chicks and you know that you get choosing signals. That doesn't matter, bro. That doesn't matter from the chicks that doesn't matter, because you can just go to a chick that finds you attractive. But you steady dealing with chicks that don't find you attractive and you don't pick up on that energy, that's going, you're going to be shooting yourself in the foot all the time. Guys be trying to talk to women that don't find them attractive. That's why they always getting rejection. They don't know how to read the body language of the woman. Okay, if she acting all dry when you talking to her, okay, this end the conversation right there. End it right there. Because you're gonna know that sparkle once you talk to a chick, you're gonna know that sparkle, bro. You're gonna know that energy.
It has to do is really just walk up and just be friendly, introduce himself, find out what's going on, sit in an open chair, whatever, or ask if somebody's sitting there, you know, and talking to you, because you would not have fixed up like that if you weren't trying to attract.
I agree 1,000%. I told guys that when women are going into the gym with them little cutesy spandexy matchy sets.
Oh yeah.
I told them, yes, she is there to work out, but she was not there cute because she didn't want to be seen cute. She's there cute in that little matchy set. Because I wear them, Rom, I wear them at the gym.
I know. And, thick thighs save lives.
Thick thighs save lives short. I wear them at the gym.
I'm going to go ahead on, because we've been on here long enough, man. We've been on here long enough. We didn't say everything has been said the way things need to be said. Like, everything has already been said. So, guys, if you're going to watch the replay of this live stream, we finna go and end it off right here, man. Appreciate y'all for coming on the live, bro. And, hey, it is what it is. It's your boy Noto coming to you with another live stream. I'm out.